How's it going? My name is Lauro. I have a construction business. It's a handyman service business. We do a lot of commercial and residential work. And I use the Monday app so that we can all stay connected. All my employees, everybody that's got to do with administrative work, myself, any technicians that I have, we utilize the Monday app to stay organized, create efficiencies, and create systems so that our operation flows correctly. Okay, so we handle a lot of service calls, and if you have a construction business that handles a lot of service calls, then this Monday app platform is going to help you tremendously. Okay, so I want to show you what my dashboard looks like and what my operation looks like. That way you have a better understanding or a better view of how you can possibly use it for your organization. Okay, so if you've seen some reviews in the past, you know that there are dashboards, right? There are dashboards that we create. You can create a new board or you can choose a template, okay? So there's some construction businesses that handle a single project, right? They have a huge project and they just kind of see it through. That's not what my operation looks like. I have a lot of service calls. So the customer projects down here is what worked for me. Okay, now let me show you what that looks like in real life here for me. Okay, so I have what's called an all work order dashboard, and this is where we have scheduled work orders. This is where we have return trips or approved work orders. We have proposals. We have work orders that need approval. We have some that are waiting on client, IVR information, and some announcements that I put on the dashboard. And so all of our techs have access to this. And this is where I lay down, this is where essentially it's kind of like your beginning of day, right? The technicians can come on here and say, hey, well, what do we have for today? So we have what's called a task, and it's got details about the job. We have what's called a scheduled date. We have the status of a particular job. We have a technician that's assigned to it. I utilize an address. I like using that. And then the last time that we were on site, if we have to return back to complete a project. And then the last time that the task was updated. I also like to keep track of the time that our technicians are on site. So I have what's called a time tracking column here. So these are the columns that I use. And obviously I have what's called a client. It's hidden for now, just for, just to kind of keep things, how do I say it? I also have what's called a client section, but we'll leave it closed out for now, just for their I also have another tab that's hidden. It's the client column, so we'll just kind of leave it as is for now. The way I like to structure my business is I like to put a work order number, the name of the company or the store or the house, right? And then a little bit of description of what the job entails and then where it's located. So this is what it looks like for me. And what I like to do is I like to add that, and then as soon as you add that information, then you have the ability of creating comments on here, which is pretty cool. So here we have the date 1/6/23. We assessed while on another work order, we will be returning to JB Weld the wheel onto the gondola. This was created by me on January 6th at 11 a.m. 3 hours ago. If somebody else created this, I can just hit a like. That way, they know that I saw it. I can reply back to it, which is pretty cool. We can pin it to the top. I can edit the information. I can delete it. I can share it. I can bookmark it. There's many different things that you can modify this comment with. But also what I like is that you can type in whatever you'd like, and then you can also add files. So if I want to add a picture or a video or a voice message, I can add it to this comment, and then I'll just hit update and it posts just like this, right? It's kind of like a Facebook platform in a sense, which is pretty cool. If I want to mention somebody, I can mention them and just say, hey, I want to mention a team member. Hey, Christian, I want to let you know that this is what's going on with this work order. And then now he gets notified on his end, on his phone app, that I mentioned him on a work order, on a task, and he knows he needs to go in there and take a look at what's going on. He'll have to either hit like or reply back on it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, all the information, like our first initiation, about adding the information, we'll go on here. So it'll say, hey, what's going on? There's a sign out sheet. There's pictures if we need pictures. So let's see if I have a better example here. I'm going to close this one out. And then I'll go here. This one has a little bit more details. So look at this. I have an estimate name, right? So I have the estimate name, so we can always go back and say, hey, well, what's the name of the estimate? So we can pull it up on QuickBooks. I got more information here. We got to go get more measurements. There's a picture of Christian going out, analyzing the job, taking a picture of the store. And then there's details that I asked him to go and collect, right? So, hey, we need to collect some measurements here because we're going to install a cage. And so there's the details, and that's going to allow me to order specific material for this project, which is pretty cool. So yeah, every time somebody notates something on there, we get notified. I put a scheduled date, that way everybody knows where they need to be at what time. And then the status is pretty cool. This you'll have to create as you go. Based on your business, you'll have to modify these statuses. And this is what's worked for me, and it's evolved and changed over time, okay? But you can always edit a label. You can change the color. You can add a new label. You can add different words for each task, which is pretty cool. And so these are the ones that I use, like first visit, on-site, second visit, third visit, proposal needed, return trip. And I have all of these. Okay. Now some have what's called automations. I really love this about this platform, about Monday.com. So if you're considering Monday app, I want to let you know that they have automations. So if something is repetitive, then you don't always have to remember to drag things and drop and put things in different places. Like the system will automatically do it for you. So for example, if I click this to on-site, right? Let's say the technician's on site, then there's a notification over here and it says, hey, there's a notification. And the notification that I created was a technician is on site. Please check them in. Now we have what's called an IVR system where we have to check in our technicians every time they go to a job. That way our clients know that we are on site at the particular location, right? And then we have to check them out whenever they leave the job. So there's a notification, right? And it gets sent to me. That way I know I need to check them in. And that was a problem back in the day because they would forget to check in because they would just go directly to the job and start fixing the stuff. And I'm like, guys, you have to check in through the IVR system. You have to make the call and say, hey, I'm at the job site. And that was missed on various occasions. And so I said, man, I need to reduce that problem because if we keep missing that step, then it looks bad on us, right? Our company looks like we can't follow procedures. And I had to create an automation to automatically just notify me saying that our technician's on site. Plus I know when they get there, which is pretty cool. And it just gives me another reminder, it's a little safety net, which is pretty cool. So if we need to change it over to proposal needed, we click on proposal needed and it jumps down to down here where it says proposal needed. If I need it to change down to waiting approval, I just change the status to waiting approval and it'll go down here to the waiting approval status. I'm going to go ahead and just click it back to first visit and it should bring it all the way to the top again. You see that? So now that it's on that first visit, it's back to the top. You can assign a technician or a team member, right? So I have just tech here because I have different technicians that you can assign somebody. You can put an address on there. That way they can just click on it on their app and the GPS will open up and it'll take them directly to where they need to go, which is pretty cool. The last time somebody was on site, that just kind of depends on where or what status I updated in the app, and then this will update in the system. This is just another thing that we utilize, and we have an automation for, and it'll create a date for when we were last on site, which is pretty cool. And then the last time that somebody updated or posted a comment or posted a picture or said or did something with this particular task. So just now it's going to notify you and it tells you the date, the time, and all that good stuff, which is pretty cool, right? You can always have like a paper trail. There's a time tracking system too. I got to fix that a little bit because it looks like it was running, but it's on first visit. So when I click on site, that timer starts. Now I have to create an automation that says whenever I change it from on-site to anything else, that timer needs to stop. And I'll create it here in just a few because the time just runs. And I'm looking at it right here. Look, these two, supposedly it states that they've been on site for 413 hours. And obviously that's not correct. So I got to go back, change out that automation. Let me move this over really quick, okay? And I'm going to show you where you can change the automation. So if you click here, okay, there's a section that allows you to, here, let me go down here. Let me put this down here. There's a section that says, hey, there's your automation center, right? And then what automations do I currently have? So right now, these are all my automations, okay? So when the status changes to second visit, it's gonna move the item to my scheduled work order group, right? That way I don't have to remember. That way when the technician clicks on site and then states, hey, we need to submit a proposal for this because we can't fix it today. We need material, another technician, or we need material, whatever the case may be, we can't finish that job today. Then they just change the status to proposal needed, and it jumps that proposal needed to the very bottom where it says proposal needed after they've gathered all the details, the pictures, the measurements, all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I do have automations in the system. So when the status changes to on site, it'll notify me, letting me know that my technician's on site. That way we can just check them in the system. So, whenever we change the status to purchase material, it'll send it out to return trip needed, approved work orders, because that's probably an approved work order. And now we're ready to just purchase material, which is pretty awesome. I love this part of the Monday app. Okay. If you're a startup business and you want your business to be automated and to just be quick and create efficiencies and create your systems in place so that you have the ability to step back if you need to, or not always have to click on everything and do everything yourself, the system was created so that it can perform that for you. So I really enjoyed that because I wanted to make sure that I had a system in place so that I didn't have to do everything, right? If we need to submit an invoice or if the job is complete, I can just change the status to ready for invoice, right? So I can just click that and just put ready for invoice. And now what the system does is it's going to remove it from the scheduled work orders section and it's going to move it to my invoicing dashboard. Okay. Now, as you can see down here, it just appeared and it says ready for invoice. So now I can just type in the information that it's already ready for invoice. And then I can just state on here, hey, the date that it was invoiced, and I just choose the date that it was invoiced, and I'll just click invoiced. And if it's invoiced from there, now I don't have to just drag it all the way to the bottom. It just literally goes right there, invoiced. You see that? So I think I enjoy this quite a bit. If you say, oh my goodness, I didn't want it there, I have to go back, I need to send it back to that work order dashboard, then you can just move it. You can move that task to a different group, right? You can change it to all the work orders in 2022, 2021, 2022, old invoices, follow-up invoices, etc. If you want to move it to a group, or if you want to move it to the board, right? All work order dashboard, and then which group do you want to send it to? Well, it's got to go back to the scheduled work order tab. Right? So now I'm going to go ahead and move this over. It's just saying, hey, client's going to be client, status going to be status, date invoice will be changed to scheduled date. And then all these other tabs are not applicable because I don't have those tabs over there, but the address will sync together. The work order date will be the last time on site. Notes is on this invoicing dashboard, but I don't have it on my all work order dashboard, so nothing is going to appear there. The time tracking will sync with time tracking, and then the date that I have here on the invoicing dashboard, there's no column out there, so it's not going to change. And then people is going to change to tech, and then the last updated will update to last updated. If you want to modify that, you can choose a different column there, but I'll just hit move item and send that out. Now I can go back and it should appear right here. Let's see. There's the gondola right there. It shouldn't change to on-site. It should just be first visit. So some little things that still need to be tweaked, right? So I'll put that there, and you can change the date and time. I'll put 4 p.m. because that's the time we got to arrive. And there it is. Okay. So that's how you switch kind of between different, oops. Can I remove that? Okay, there we go. And that's how you kind of move work orders and tasks through your Monday app. I have different dashboards for different things, and you may as well. You may have it as well. You might have them as well. Like I have an invoicing dashboard where we invoicing, and not every technician has access to the invoicing dashboard. Only myself and an admin worker, right? Payroll, not everybody has access to the payroll dashboard for this particular person. It's just me and that particular person. Material dashboard, I have a standard operating procedure dashboard. I have my own dashboard, and then just various other employees and subcontractors that I use for my business, and a few other business opportunities and ideas that I've had in the past. I've been able to create their own dashboards, and I really love it because there's just so many things that you can do with the Monday app. But I use this for my business. Again, if your business kind of operates similar to mine, then this platform here is going to help you tremendously. It's going to create a system for you. It's going to create efficiencies, and it's going to keep you organized, and it's going to allow everybody to talk within each other. Let me kind of give you another example here on the invoicing dashboard. That way you have a little bit more ideas of what this looks like. I'm just going to go here. Looking for something like this. So like, for example, here, we have a team member that said, hey, so this is my admin worker, right? They'll say, hey, this is the income for this, the expenses were this, and then this is the profit for the business, right? We have me just kind of touching base. We have another person here a technician uploading pictures and stuff. We have more pictures, right, on a different day, or maybe they uploaded multiple things. There's receipts that we upload into the system for material that was spent, and then just more pictures, right? So what I really like is that, like, if you ever need to see who has seen this particular task, it'll tell you here, hey, this person saw it on the desktop, and these two individuals saw it on their mobile app. So there's a lot of really awesome things that you can do with this. You can add pictures and videos and so many things. So if you're looking to create a system for your startup business and you just don't know which platform to use, Monday.com is an awesome platform, guys. I hope this video gave you a little bit more of an insight and a little bit more of a experience of what it looks like for an actual business, right? So like, I use it for my business, and I think that if you have a construction business and you just want to stay a little bit more organized, I think this platform is going to help you tremendously. Okay. Now, I do want to add that if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I really appreciate that. If you want to, if not, no worries. I do want to also let you know that I'm going to leave a link in the description below, or in the comments, or somewhere in the video, so that you have quick access to the actual Monday app. It is my affiliate code, so at no extra cost to you, I will receive a small commission. If you're able to support me in that way, that'd be awesome. I'd love to receive a small commission. And yeah, I hope this video helped you and just gave you that bigger, broader picture. Okay. Now, one final thing I do want to add to this video, if you're still on this video, I do want to let you know, I know you're probably thinking, whoa, this guy has a contract with Fabletics, Goodyear Tires, and Banks, and Michael Kors, and Taco Bell, and Dunkin' Donuts, and all that. If you have a construction business and you want to learn a little bit more about how to obtain these contracts, I've been able to acquire contracts with these large companies, and I teach a lot of students and a lot of individuals who have a construction business and want to gain more work, and want to have more work, and want to get work directly with these large companies. I do have a digital course where I teach you step by step on how to acquire these contracts, so that you have the ability to get these contracts and these jobs just like I'm doing it, but in your city and your state. Okay. So if that piques your interest, I do have a digital course. Also, you may not have a business. You may be looking to start a business. And if you're starting barely a business and you want to get into construction, because it's very lucrative, there's a lot of money in construction. If you're looking to start a business, I also teach you the basics on how to start your business, how to get your EIN, how to get your bank account, how to create systems for your business, how to get professional scripts. This is my website. Here's the link at the top. I'll see if I can put it as a second link in the description below as well, or in the comments somewhere, so you have access to my digital course. It's called the Handyman Business Master Course. Down here it says how to secure contracts with large national companies that send work your way. Now this is in Spanish because all of a sudden I try to market it in the English language, but it just wasn't doing too well, or I didn't put too much effort, and then I just kind of started switching it to the Spanish language, and it did very, very well, and it continues to do very well with a lot of individuals. So it's helped a lot of individuals get these contracts, and they're producing very well, and they're just they're very happy about the way that the course was laid out, and a lot of details and effort was put into this. So the course is $600. It's not cheap, but it's going to be a fraction of what you're going to make in your business. So if you invest into this course, I promise you're going to make over 6 figures in just profits, okay? And much, much more than that. Plus, you're going to have a business. You're going to establish a business. You're going to have these large contracts with commercial companies and residential companies, and I'm going to teach you step by step how to replicate my business, okay? So if that piques your interest, then I want to invite you to my digital course. Come check it out. The course is in English and it's subtitled in Spanish. That's how I just produced the actual content. I produced it that way, and then I noticed that people in Spanish that were speaking Spanish wanted the course, and so I had to just act quick. I had to either do the entire course all over again, or hire somebody to subtitle everything that I was saying. And so that's what I did. I hired somebody to put subtitles on the bottom instead. But little by little, I'm working on recreating each lesson in the master course in Spanish. So this is all in English, okay? You'll be able to understand it, I promise. But there's a welcome module where I kind of welcome you to the business, to the course. I'm sorry. I will help you bring your company to life if it's a new business. Right? If you're starting off from scratch, I'll teach you how to register your company. I'll teach you how to get your EIN, how to get credit cards or bank accounts, how to insure your businesses, and what type of insurances you're going to need. I'm going to talk about additional insureds and W-9 forms, and how to get your company logo, how to utilize the apps that I use for my business. I'll give you proof of the income that I'm earning. I'll show you projects that I've been able to acquire in the past in Module 4, so previous projects, what it looks like. I'll walk you through a CarMax project that I did. I'll show you the numbers, the profits. I'll show you the financial numbers, everything, right? And then I'll show you how to get contracts with all these large companies that will start sending you work little by little. And not little by little, I mean like they'll start sending you within the month. Like you'll start receiving a whole bunch of work, and your business will just skyrocket really quick. And I'm very transparent, so I promise you it'll be an excellent course that you invest in. It is pricey. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's also going to bring a lot of income into your business. So I do want to say that. We'll talk about extra insights like Module 5. We'll talk about the Monday app. So I talk a little bit more about my Monday app, part 1, part 2, and then the mobile app. I'll show you how to estimate a job that I'm doing, how to create professional estimates, how to have professional video scripts, and so much more, guys. So if you want to build a construction business, or you already have your business and you just want to learn how to acquire contracts with large companies, I want to invite you to invest in my Handyman Business Master Course. It's probably going to be the best thing you do this year. Okay? So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the review on the Monday app and just a little bit of insight on my digital course, the Handyman Business Master Course. So hit that like button. Really appreciate it if you enjoyed this video. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.